Bellingham is the most populous city in the county seat of Waltham County in the U.S. state of Washington. It lies 21 miles or 34 kilometers south of the U.S.-Canada border and in between Vancouver, British Columbia, located about 52 miles or 84 kilometers to the northwest, and Seattle, 90 miles or 140 kilometers to the south. The city has a population of a little over 91,000 people from the 2020 census. The city of Bellingham incorporated in 1903, consolidating 4 settlements: Bellingham, Wacom, Fairhaven, and Seaholm. It takes its name from Bellingham Bay, named by George Vancouver in 1792 for Sir William Bellingham. Bellingham is the homeland of the coastal Salish people, of the Lamni people, and neighboring tribes. People of Lamni ancestry continue to live in and around Bellingham Bay, particular on the nearby Lamni Nation Reservation. The first European immigrants reached the area about 1852 when Henry Roeder and Russell Peabody set up a lumber mill at Wacom, now the northern part of Bellingham. Lumber cutting and milling continues in present-day Whatcom County. Coal was mined in the Bellingham Bay area from the mid-19th to the mid-20th centuries, starting when Henry Roeder's agents discovered coal south of Waltham Creek, in an area called Seaholm, now downtown Bellingham, in 1854. They sold the coal-bearing land to San Francisco's investors, who established the Bellingham Bay Coal Company, eventually a subsidiary of Black Diamond Coal Mining Company. After 100 years of excavating mining beneath the present day Bellingham, the last mine closed in 1955. Bellingham Waterfront had served as an industrial center for more than a century. The Georgia Pacific purchased the Puget Sound Pulp and Timber Company in 1963 and operated a pulp mill on the center downtown waterfront until 2001. In 1965, they built a core alkali facility, which became a source of mercury contamination in the Waltham waterways and on the upper lands of the site for decades. All this industrialization, milling, and coal mining contaminated the waters of Bellingham. The Port of Bellingham purchased the land for $10 with the understanding that the port would assume liability for the contamination. The City of Bellingham and the Port of Bellingham entered into several interlocal agreements in which the city agreed to pay for all the infrastructure costs, and the port would create a marina, clean up the site, and retain all zoning. Contaminated soil and building materials were eventually started to be removed in 2011 and being completed in April of 2017. This now takes us to Squalicum Harbor. It's a full-service marina on the northern shores of Bellingham Bay in the city of Bellingham, Washington.
I'm in Bellingham, Washington.
It is the home port to more than 1,400 commercial and pleasure boats, including a large charter boat fleet. Just walking around the marina, I am amazed by the amount of wealth in the area. These boats are quite large and they have to be expensive. I was lucky enough to be invited on a Lipari 41, which is a catamaran sailboat. The deck layout is standard for catamarans, with plenty of space for lounging and hauling lines or round tackle. The target top allows easy access to the big boom, so stowing the mainsail in its stock pack is no problem. The helm seat is exposed, which means great visibility, but also full exposure to the sun. The cockpit is easy setup for entertaining a crowd, so Lipari 41 is certain to become a party central location. 2 6-foot-long seats plus the battery box adjoining the big table, and there is more seating to the starboard. The entire cockpit is at the same level as the saloon, which expands the area even more and allows people to move around easily between the galley and the cockpit. With double forward and aft cabins in the porthole and also the starboard hull. The 4-cabin charter version also has a bathroom on each side. And finally, early morning, we depart on our journey.
Leaving Bellingham, Washington.
Luckily, we were able to raise the sails and catch a little wind. Once the motors are off and you're sailing, it is so tranquil and peaceful on the boat. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Have you seen him?